I'm Myles Smith, and you're watching my iHeartRadio Ask Anything chat. Thanks to Romeo and Most Asked Questions for having me on tonight's show. And we're here to talk about stargazing. Lily from Mount Juliet asks, how do you protect your heart and your integrity in the music industry? I think for me, protecting my head and my heart just comes from being authentic in everything that I do, and never compromising on things that don't feel like me or feel right to me. And if they don't feel right to me, I just won't do it. And yeah, I've always been raised that way and pushed to be that way, so that's how I protect myself. Mia from Eagle Grove asks, how did stargazing come together? Ah man, stargazing was a really interesting track. I was in Malibu for the first time, which is a very, 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 very far away from home. And I was with two of my best mates in music, Jesse Fink and Peter Fenn. And we were having this conversation about that idea of, that person who you fall in love with, or someone special in your life, often is always been there or has always been in your life in some capacity. And looking over at the stars, it was just like this eureka moment of like, why don't we just try playing with the idea of like stargazing as well as mashing the idea of knowing someone that you love now has always been around, and just from following our gut and not overthinking it and trying to be as like simple as possible, stargazing was born. Violetta from Queens, New York asks, can you tell me a bit about your early years starting out, and did you travel far away from home to sing? Starting out, I picked up the guitar probably around age 10 or 11, and it was like this thing where I wasn't good at sport in school. I wasn't like the coolest kid in school, and so like the only saving grace I had was to be the musical weird kid. And I like every day during my like break or lunch hours would play guitar and try and write songs and try to be like Coldplay or Ed Sheeran. And after doing that for so many years, the songs got a little bit better. And I started to do open mic nights and pub gigs and find anywhere or any place that would listen to me. And I just kept going and going and going and going. And eventually I went off to university or school, as they call it in America. And I got a real job off the back of that and did that for a couple of years. And it always lived in my heart that I wanted to do something that I was passionate about, not just good at. And that's where I made the decision to quit everything and give music a real go again after the last time I did. And hello, I'm here. Cassie from Indianapolis, I think I murdered how you say that, Indianapolis, asked me what was my first job. My first job was working in Tesco, so I think you guys would call it like Target. And I worked in the fruit and vegetable aisle, and I was a specialist of fruit and vegetables. What that means I don't actually know. I think it just means I knew where to put the tomatoes and where to put the broccoli, but it meant that I got 15 more cents an hour for doing it. And that was my first job. I loved it. It was a great time with a lot of people my age. Jessica from Colorado asked me, how excited am I to open for Ed Sheeran next summer? I am so excited. I mean, he is arguably like the best singer-songwriter of our generation, and so to have the chance to open for him is so special. And the fact that he's a big reason why I got into music in the first place is even more crazy, because it's like watching your idol but also being in the same room as them and then sharing the stage with them. It's mind-blowing, and I don't think I've quite processed it yet, but I think when I'm fanboy inside stage in an arena somewhere in Europe, I probably will. Nancy from Toronto, Ontario asked me, where's the furthest away I've been from home and got recognised on the street? I went to Thailand one time and they thought I was Michael Jordan. So maybe that. But I'm not Michael Jordan, I'm Myles Smith. And I think in South Africa I got recognised quite a lot, and that's a 13-hour flight away from home. So yeah, that's the furthest, and that was pretty cool. I got recognised a lot, like a lot, and it's still weird, but I'm getting used to it. Thank you again for watching my Ask Anything chat. And yeah, thanks to Romeo and Most Requested Live for putting this all together and having me answer questions. It's been really awesome. It's been really cool, and I hope that my monotonal voice hasn't bored you too much.